I want to share with you today a fascinating story that happened to me yesterday. I was trying to prepare my trip to America, upcoming trip, sending many emails to many people suggesting that they host me speak in their institutions. And I came across the certain email. Talmud of mine, I haven't seen him in months, and I really feel that I changed the life of this Talmud. He was going through great difficulties, amazingly great, unbelievably great difficulties, and I was zoiche b'siyata d'shmaya to give him advice, which helped him very great. I was thinking, I haven't seen him in a while, maybe I should write him a letter, and then I thought for a second, just to drop him a quick email, how you doing, how's it going, it's too superficial. I need arbe naim, or if you have glasses, that would be 8 eyes, face to face. I need face to face. B'ezrat Hashem will enable me to speak to this person in the flesh. Anyway, I went on to the next email, kind of forgot about it. That night I went to say my Mishlei Shir, which I give every Tuesday night in Harnof, 8:15 on 22 Kabbalah, 5th floor. And as I was coming home, I'm on the phone with someone in Muncie, and suddenly, I can't believe my eyes. It seemed like it's that person that I was going to write the email to. I finished my call, and it was that person. And I saw this phenomenon, which has happened to me many times. When you think about somebody in your mind, you create a connection to them. Connections are not just in person or writing to a person a letter or sending them a WhatsApp or a voice message or something like that. We can connect people just by thinking about them. When someone is on your mind, you connect to them. And this is what the Sfas Emes, in fact, says, that even though it seems like it's insane to blow the shofar, because that starts the din of Rosh Hashanah, but it's worth it just to be on Hashem's mind for a split millisecond. So we got speaking. I was so happy I met him. And his face was beaming with light, which was amazing because the last time I saw him, he was so down. He was so down. So that was the good part of the story. That's the good. But this series is Thank Hashem when things look bad, so there's most likely something bad in this story, or it looks bad. And it was as follows. He told me that we were trying, at the time, he was going through very great shalom bias problems. And I advised him, for the time, not to have children, and I gave him a bracha that he shouldn't have children. In any event, it seemed like things had gone very quickly, much better, and now he wanted to have children. And he told me that his wife was expecting, and unfortunately had a miscarriage. And he doesn't want to blame me chas v'sholem, but he feels that maybe it had something to do with my bracha for him not to have children. And I thought to myself, you're so dumb. You made such a stupid mistake. And why is that? At the time, it was very good advice. Had they had children, I'm not sure they would still be married. But the tide changes very quickly. Hashem runs the world in supernatural ways. Sometimes natural, mostly natural, but sometimes supernatural. And things can change very quickly. We have to be so careful before we say anything, before we do anything, because we are not bilim. We are not in control of time. We're not in control of the world. We're not in control of other people's lives. And people's lives can change like this, so quickly. And it was a bracha 6 months ago, 6 months later, as we were edging towards Rosh Hashanah, became, I don't want to say close, but not bracha. Anyway, of course, I gave him a very warm bracha from the depths of my heart. Should have children, Zer Shel Kayama, Talmid Chamim, Yirei Shamayim, Bas Talmid Chacham, Snuos, all the things I could possibly think of. But it made a very deep impression on me how carefully we have to walk through life, understanding and acting as if we know nothing, but this is the truth. We really don't know too much. And even we think we know, we don't really know. And even that we don't know. We're not privy to the whole picture. And therefore, a person should never get upset ever. Because we don't know. And just look over here. I told over this story last week. How this Sefer had such a crazy story. I'm not going to repeat it. But just when this Sefer came out, and it came out without the name of the donor on it, I was shocked. I had asked them 10 times to put it on. I sent them an email with a picture of how it's supposed to look. I called them up. I even went over there to tell them that. And lo and behold, I get Sefer. It's not on. But luckily, I found a place in Yerushalayim that does stamps of Svarim. And I went over there, and they stamped it for me. And when they stamped it for me, they wrote the name wrong. Why? Because the name that they had was spelt wrong. Had they put it on the Sefer, it would be wrong. And it turns out that I caught it beforehand, so it was an unbelievable shkachah pratis. And in that moment, I realized everything is good. I knew it before. And that's why I've given close to 4,000 Shem. I'm thanking Hashem when things are bad. But we really don't know. The things that work, the worst, the Zohar says, the worse it looks, the better it is. So let's just internalize this idea, is that we just don't know. And that's why we should always say, because we don't know. Or as Reuven Leute would say, we just don't know. We do not understand anything at all. And if you walk around your life with that principle, you'll be doing great, because you realize it just looks terrible. You asked me how I'm doing. I said, things are going incredibly bad. This is happening, this is happening, this is happening, this is happening, this is happening. But I'm happy because I know, I don't really understand it. I should say, not they're going bad, they look really bad. And I always say, when I was growing up, I was training for the Olympics, and my teammates were African American, and they taught me, something very important. When something's really good, they would say, that's bad. Or if they were British, they would say, that's wicked. And that means really good. So when you say something's really bad in New York to certain people, it's really good. So if you think something's really bad, you're right, because it's good. Everything is good. Hashem doesn't do anything bad. It's all a question of the kelim, how we receive it. If we receive it in a good way, it'll be good. If we say Kol David, and we really believe it, Hashem doesn't do anything bad. Everything Hashem does for us is unequivocally good. We just have to process it. We have to internalize it. We have to know how to deal with it. So Hashem should help us in His great siyata d'shmaya. Great siyata d'shmaya to help us see that everything is good. Amen. Kain Tiratzah.